I feel like right now Austin is like the Bitcoin at 30,000. You know, like yeah.
Whoa! Should you move or should you not move to Austin in 2025? And is it worth moving to? Jeremy at the Night Group, your favorite Austin realtor. What I want to do today is actually show you this $3 million house that I'm sitting in, but I actually want to go through and talk about moving to Austin in 2025. Now, here's the thing that's happened with Austin, right? Austin was like the belle of the ball for a couple years. And I feel like with celebrities and sport athletes and things like that, Austin had the same problem, right? Austin became this beautiful, amazing, successful thing. All these tech companies were moving here. And the moment the market started getting shaky and the moment it got overpriced, people wanted to hate on Austin. And all of those tech bros that moved to Austin, I love you tech bros, by the way, I'm not disparaging, that moved to Austin are now moving to Nashville because they wanted to get away from some of the things in California. And so Austin is going through this resurgence of, okay, it got really expensive. Is it affordable now? In fact, a quick stat, Austin in 2024 actually did get more affordable. From 23 to 24, we actually saw a reduction in what it cost for you to actually spend to be here. Now look, prices came down a little bit in 24. In fact, if you've been a friend of this channel, you've actually seen home prices come down. But there's a lot of pros and cons to living in the Austin market. And I have a friend who's going to be on in a second, and then we'll show you this cool house. So from affordability standpoint, let's talk about this. If we're looking at the rental rates in Austin and in the area around Austin has dropped. And I saw some reports it's dropped 6%, but I'm looking at it right here. And it's actually from the peak of this year has dropped down to $21.50 to rent. And I think this is off a 2-bedroom. So we've actually seen rental prices come down. Now, if we look at the home prices, Austin actually ended the year positive, up 2%. Now, we had Nick Shaw on this channel last year or the beginning of this year. And Nick Shaw said that Austin was either going to see a 2% increase or 2% decrease. And people on my channel fried him. Well, look, he was absolutely 100% right because the numbers showing the Austin MSA up 1.5% from last year this time to this year this time. So it did increase a little bit. Now, I did see our friend Reventure posted a video that Austin will be the first to bottom. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't watch his content because I feel like people that listened to his content in 2020 and didn't buy a home are out of luck now because we saw a huge increase. In fact, I have clients reaching out to me right now that want to sell the home they bought in 2019 and the home they bought in 2020. So that's something we're going to see in Austin here in 2025 is a lot of inventory. So a lot of the things that we've talked about, in fact, some of the news coming out about Austin is that fact that it is slightly more affordable. Yes, it's not where you want it to be affordability because interest rates are at 7.1%, but there's a lot to love about Austin. You know, I pulled up this article by Redfin talking about the pros and cons of being in Austin. Let's read it off real quick. Number one, their pros are that there's warmer weather, so it's not cold in the winter. It's not, and in the summer it does get really hot, but the seasons are great, right? We still have a booming job economy, which I'll go through in a minute because we are still seeing a lot of these tech jobs move here. Now, we're also seeing a ton of outdoor activities. That's why I love Austin. The camera guy in a second, who's going to come on here, oops, I gave it away, is going to talk about how awesome and maybe why he moved here and why he's considering buying a home here. So we'll talk with him in a minute. The live music capital, right? They talk about all the festivals and things. There's so much outdoors things to do in Austin when it's not blazing hot that makes Austin really, really special. Now, you can compare that to Nashville or one of these other cities, and that's great. But last time I visited Nashville, there was snow. It is a food haven. I don't know if I think that it's a food haven. I think there's a lot of really cool taco trucks and unique food that Austin creates. So there's a lot there. But here's what their cons are. Their cons are that the traffic is no joke. Traffic's terrible. The other con is that there's no public transportation. We've had a bill and a train that's been supposed to be built for years already now that's not even started. And it was supposed to go from the airport to all the way up to the soccer stadium. Still not going to even happen there. So what's interesting, I think a lot of the people that bought in like 2020, 2021 came out and visited and were like, oh, it's beautiful out here. I'm going to move from California. And then they got here during their summer and were completely shocked. And that's why on this channel, I try to do a really good job of giving you the pros and the cons. My job really is not to sell you a home. I tell all my clients this. My job is to give you all of the good information, and my team's job is to give you all of the good information and make sure you're making a good financial decision, because I want you to make money on that home when you go to sell it. We want to make sure you're getting the best deal on your home. We want to make sure you're negotiating. And right now, we have clients that are negotiating lower interest rates, or have clients negotiating off the price. And I think that's what we've wanted to see in Austin for a while, is stability in 20. And I think that's why I didn't watch Nick's video, but I think that's why he said Austin's going to be the first to bottom, because we went up 48%. We've dropped 22%. And now we've kind of done this. We're only up 2% really this year, year over year. So this coming year, that we're going to see a ton of inventory at the beginning of the year. So Camera Guy's going to talk about why he's excited about that. Urban sprawl and natural disasters are the other two cons for this. And 2 days ago, it was 70 and now it's 37 degrees. So that happens. And urban sprawl, yeah. The thing is, with Austin not getting affordable and having this affordability issues, to buy a new home, you're going to have to move further out to Kyle. Kyle's booming like crazy. The suburbs around Austin are booming like crazy. So far, if you're thinking, well, should I be moving to Austin or not? I probably haven't given you a good answer, right? Let's ask Bryce, the camera guy, what he thinks. And I actually went to social media and asked a bunch of you on my social media accounts, on my Instagram and Facebook. I actually asked you, what are some of the things you would tell people moving to Austin? These comments are going to be pretty interesting, so stay tuned for those. All right, this is Bryce. He's the guy that you get behind the camera. And when everybody asks me about how I edit my videos, I don't edit. This is the guy that does it. So Bryce, you moved here from San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What the heck made you move from San Antonio to Austin?
That's a good question. I honestly, there's a lot of reasons. One, there's so much to do here. The parks, you've got music, I feel like every time I go out with like my friends, we do something completely different, which is what I love. Hiking to music festivals to, like Jeremy was saying earlier, the food. I don't know. I love Austin for the food. Austin's food scene is amazing. Like, my wife and I, every time we go out to eat, it's like something different, something new.
Well, to be fair, I live in Dripping Springs and our options are limited in Dripping Springs. So I got to come in more to town. So, I mean, that's fair.
That mixed with the overall culture of Austin, I think is just a really beautiful scene. I mean, I just got married, so moving into, marriage, we were like thinking, okay, what are the best things that we want in a city, right? And so, we got together, we thought about it, and we're just like, we are still young hustlers, which Austin has a plethora of, young, talented people. We love the average age range. My wife does music, and then I do media, so, just working and creating more opportunities. Austin's a music capital. She's done so much in music, and love working with the night group. And so really, yeah, it's really just like a beautiful space for, the entertainment industry and just things that we love to do personally. On top of that, like I said, I am married and eventually having like, kids and stuff, but which is wild to think about, but having kids and stuff, we've got some of the best school districts in Texas. And so really it's kind of all added up to be where do we want our home to be, and Austin really felt like home. So
I mean, that actually just answered my question. I was going to ask, what made you want to make Austin home? So for those people that are thinking about maybe moving to Austin, what are some of the recommendations you have? Because you've lived here for a while now, a couple of years, right?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's 2 years.
So all the stuff you've heard me talk about as far as Austin, what has you worried about buying in the Austin area?
What has me worried about buying? I don't think I'm nervous. I think that it's more just like it's gonna be more than rent, right? But at the same time, obviously working and learning, I've learned so much just, editing these videos even. And it's just like it's really, where do you want to invest your money? And that's kind of where I'm at right now, is like, I guess investing any sort of money is stressful, or can be stressful, or can be, nerve-wracking or whatnot. But if you know that you're investing in the right thing, then it makes me personally a little bit less nervous. And so I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but it is nerve-wracking to spend so much money
Buy a house,
to
yeah.
buy a house. But I feel like right now Austin is like the Bitcoin at 30,000, like
Whoa!
yeah. Yeah, like people think that, okay, like I can't get a $30,000 Bitcoin. Well, now it's at 100,000. So I feel like that's where Austin is right now, is that sweet spot of just like you gotta capitalize before all these changes come. So
Dang. That was, make sure you cut that and put that at the beginning of the video. That's great. All right. Well, thanks, Bryce. I appreciate your input.
all right.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay. There's still other articles that are coming out, like this one with Selection Magazine. It basically is breaking down that Austin is still number 6 spot for businesses and businesses to move to. Basically, it's showing the health of the Austin market. But here's what's interesting is I want to go through some of the comments that I had people in the comment section on this. I said, what would you tell people moving to Austin in 2025? Number 1, Rich said, bangers on Rainy Street, 24 Diner are 2 places that you must go while you first live there. Regan Queen said, watch out for that Jeremy Knight guy. It was rude. Riju says, do it. Austin has the new IT market. Plenty of Gen Z, which you just had Gen Z on the channel here, is moving here. It used to be affordable, but now it's getting hot. Josh Hearn said to call me. I love you, Josh Hearn. BG said, don't. Just don't. Gwen says, reconsider your options. Fair enough. Michael Brand says, I hope you like sitting in your car and paying too much for tacos. Yeah, I don't like paying too much for tacos or sitting in my cars. Maybe if you're moving to Dripping Springs, call Jeremy. You're a good realtor. Thanks, Greg. Suzanne said, get ready for the headaches of road construction and traffic everywhere. But on a positive note, you still can't beat what you get for the money in Austin compared to other cities that are of similar size in the country. Laura says, the Piano Bar is the world's best. Pete's on 6th Street, Dirty Six, check it out. And then Brad Ackery said, call Jeremy and Eileen. So the question is Austin still a good place to live? Should you move here in 2025? I think there's a lot of reasons why you should consider Austin. Number 1, I would just make sure it fits your best financial decisions. Are you moving here for the right job? Are you moving here for family? What are you moving here for? And then again, are you going to buy or are you going to rent? Look, it is cheaper to rent right now in Austin than it is to buy a home. Oh my God, a real estate agent said the most honest thing possible, which is true. The reality is you have people like the camera guy here, Bryce, you have other people that are saying, look, Austin is primed for some major growth in the future. I want to get in now. And so that's the question. Do you want to get in now? Do you not want to get in now? You drop a comment below and let me know what you think about this video. We'll see you in the next one. Jeremy, thank you. Your favorite Austin realtor. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And by the way, share this with a friend. Your friends need to see how crazy this realtor is on YouTube. We'll see you next time.